Tomorrow we are going to paint like Matisse, who was one of the greatest painters ever. He advanced art in so many different ways, from arbitrary color to subject matter to his influence on generations to come. And he's also someone I think he's great to look at as an artist because he kept doing it. He did it into his, last years of his life when he couldn't really paint anymore. He did cutouts and had assistants help him do that. So in that way, he's always really inspiring to me. And what we're going to look at in our class about him is specifically his use of colors, um, and how he managed to use all those crazy bright colors without us feeling overwhelmed by them. And that will bring us to a lesson on saturated versus desaturated, dull versus vivid, which is just one form of contrast. So we'll be looking at different contrasts that he created, like these light figures on a darker background, the dull gray that goes through with all those bright colors. We will be exploring that, and he was really influential. This painting, Women with the Hat, really like broke the internet, as I say. It had these expressive marks, and he totally played with color, and instead of flesh tones, the skin is green. He used a lot of black, which was not happening at that time. These are other paintings done in 1905 when that painting was done, and you see the difference in the palette and the treatment. I mean, it's really a huge leap, and it was quite scandalous when he painted it. So he was really maverick in all ways. But what we're going to look at him, like I said, is we are going to look at what makes Matisse Matisse. And specifically, what we're going to do is we're going to use a still life, and we're going to combine dull and vivid, just like he did. So we're going to use a lot of textiles, a lot of bold, bright colors. But in order to make that work, we have to have areas of neutralized color, dull color. Like this one on the left is dull, and those dull colors, but therefore we're able to use a lot of red and yellow because our eyes are getting a rest on those areas of desaturated color. We'll talk more about that, but he's a really great person to look at when you're learning how to control color and create a focal point and create tension and drama. We'll also use a lot of black, just like he did. Again, these are more colors of the era that was like right around him, and there's no black in it. And the Impressionism, well, there's some, but there was not a heavy use. But look at that compared to what he was doing. It must have been completely jarring to see these in context of what else was happening at that time, which I hope you're looking at all these carefully for inspiration, how you can approach this when you go to paint yours tomorrow. Yeah, I'll have still lifes, flowers, plants, textiles, and we will start out by having 3 different pieces of fabric, and then we will use that as the basis, and we'll paint on top of it the objects. And again, we'll be using a lot of patterns like he did. He grew up in a textile town and was surrounded by textiles his whole life, so I'm sure that influenced him. And we're really going to go deep on the pattern and textiles and learn how to kind of control how the eye moves across the page even when there's a lot of information. So I really hope you let loose in the things you've learned in the past few weeks, and have a little bit more fun with this one. You have a little more freedom, but you still will not forget the things like how you make a pot look round, and how you combine color. Again, you'll see now, the next time you see Matisse in the museum, you will notice all of these things. I don't know if anyone saw the show at the MoMA, the Red Room show. It was really amazing. It really showed his process. And we'll also, yeah, we'll just be painting a lot of Matisse, a lot of black, a lot of patterns, and a lot of dull versus vivid. See you tomorrow.